Hey guys, Fly Girl Fitness Lindsay coming into you with a response video to Gracie's challenge part 2 um, about things I have done well in weight loss surgery land. Um, I've been watching some of these videos already and I don't know that I can really compete because they're all really good. But I didn't do an update video yesterday, so that's kind of why I'm participating. It's just something fun to do this week since I didn't do anything for you guys yesterday. There's a couple things I think I'm really good at in the weight loss surgery land. I don't mean land. Physically, there is no weight loss surgery land, but you know what I'm saying? Like, things I've done well since having weight loss surgery or in relation to weight loss surgery or what have you. There's lots of things I haven't done well, but that's not the point of the video, right? The point is to give ourselves some credit for the things we do right or the things we work really hard at instead of just focusing on the scale or things that we're not good at or things we're unhappy about or whatever. So I think it's a great challenge for us to reshift our thinking towards the positive. And I do think in general, that is something I am good at in general, not necessarily related to weight loss surgery, but I definitely get down in the dumps and I definitely get frustrated with my journey and myself and things like that. But at the end of the day, like I'm a pretty positive person and I don't stay down too long. So if I'm depressed or I'm blue or I'm frustrated, I don't stay there very long, like in general, and I'm this way about most things in my life, but that's something I'm pretty good at is staying positive and trying to look on the right, bright side of things or, kind of trying just not to like be sad or be sorry for myself or whatever, like just accepting myself for who I am and where I'm at in my journey and, whatever consequences have happened are done. Like there's no point in thinking about what has been or what's been done or where I was. All I can really think about is where I am and like not spending too much time. And I think I talked about this in a video a couple of weeks ago. Like I don't have time anymore to focus too much on all the ways in which I'm happy because my life is so happy. And so, what's the point in hating my body, So I feel like I'm pretty good at that. I actually made some notes because the first thing that came to mind when I watched Gracie's video was I'm really good at exercising and I'm really good about being consistent about exercising. And I've had injuries, I've had some medical things, I've had, travel, and I have spent some weeks out of the gym at any given moment, but I always go back. I'm never out for very long. Like maybe even a couple times I've been out a couple months due to injury or whatever, but I always go back. So I think I'm really good at that. I'm really committed to being fit. I mean, I'm not by far the most fit person. I'm not the most active person. I'm not the strongest person. I'm not the most built person. But my body does okay, and I keep up with myself and that's really all I'm competing against, if that makes sense. But I think I'm consistent with that. I think that even for the times I take off, like I said earlier, you can't keep me down for too long. And I am definitely a gym rat. Whether I'm working out at home or at the gym or hiking or whatever, like I definitely prefer to stay active or balancing like downtime with being active and like in life in general. So I think that that's something I'm really good at. Something else I'm really good at is I feel like I'm pretty good at being reflective and taking responsibility for myself, my journey, things that have happened, things I'm not good at, things I struggle with. Now, that being said, I don't always go balls to the walls and fix it, or I'm not always consistent. Like, here's an example. I knew last year I was having an issue with drinking, and my behavior didn't necessarily change right away. It took some time. And this year, I also realized that as well. And I've had some breaks, which is good. And I'm drinking less. And I'm actually like having some process around that. And I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I won't go into it in this video, but like I've been really reflective. I'm very consciously aware about what the consequences are of drinking or drinking a lot or drinking often in terms of how it affects my weight, how it affects my exercise, how it affects my general demeanor, my attitude, my sleep, all the things. And things are improving. It's slow, but it's sure. And that's awesome. And I think I'm just really good at being like, okay, I know why this happened, or this wasn't necessarily my fault. You know, like I won't, you know, medical stuff that's happened a couple years ago, like that's not my fault. That happened. And then eating a bunch of candy after the wedding and gaining like 10 pounds, my fault. You know, like I can take responsibility for that and be like, well, you know, it was what it is, and I didn't stop myself then, but looking back, like what are these things that I can do to try to make that better next time or whatever. And it's taken me, you know, I'm 3.5 years, almost 3.5 years out of surgery. And I think just the last like 4 or 5 months, like I don't reach for the poor food choice first. Like my healthy eating habits are really good right now, and they're better than they may have ever been, more consistent. And then like, not because I'm dieting or I'm trying to lose weight, like I'm just more interested in eating healthy food more often. Like instead of just eating healthy food during the day, but then like letting it go to shit at night, or only during the week, but fuck it on the weekends, or only for these few months, and then once I drop 10 pounds I can eat whatever I want. You know, that's kind of like my fat girl mentality. And I'm definitely doing like a 90-10 healthy eating plan right now. You know, like, yeah, I'll have some french fries every now and then, or take a bite of a sandwich, but like I'm really consistently eating very clean, and ordering well when we go out and all of that stuff. So I feel super proud about that. And I think that that's something that I'm doing well right now that I haven't always done well at. It's like, oh, if I'm at a party, it's like I'm going straight for the crab cakes, or that's not right. Not crab cakes. I'm thinking of, I don't know, you know, just sweet things, or cheese and crackers instead of just cheese and fruit, or cheesy, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of bad things that you can get at parties, but you know what I'm saying. So I didn't mean to be this a 7.5 minute video. Also, my chin is so doubly today. I have my period this week. Maybe I'm bloated. But I think I do a lot of things well, and I think I don't actually recognize that. I think I'm really good at maintaining my support system, and hopefully the people who I feel supported by also feel supported by me. I hope. I have a lot of really good friends in this community. I just love and adore. And yeah, I mean, I think I'm really good at that too. So anyway, I'm good at lots of things. Life. I'm good at life. There are things I can be better at. There's always room for improvement. But right now, I think the thing I'm best at right now is just accepting where I'm at and who I am and how everything looks and feels. And I'm not to the point of being complacent. I don't mean it that way. Like I'm not always striving for more or better or different, but I'm not hating on myself. I don't have time. I don't have time to, you know, I mean, yeah, I wish my arms were smaller. Yeah, someday I'm going to have arm lift. I wish, you know, I was 40 pounds lighter, but right this minute, I'm not. So if I'm not 40 pounds lighter right this minute, does that mean that I can't really still love myself and appreciate my body and take it for what it is? No. Like I can still try to lose that weight, and I can still try to live my life and not feel deprived and do all the things without having to hate on myself and without being complacent and being like, well, this is where I'm at, because I don't feel that way either. So anyway, lots of good things. I am definitely having a case of the Fridays. So like I'm super spacey, and I'm pretty sure that none of this video made sense. But it is what it is. Maybe I'm really good at that too. What? All right, you guys, I am going to let you go because we're 10 minutes in, and vote for me? I don't know. Let's go with that. All right, guys, keep it fly out there. Have a good weekend.